Observe these processes carefully. Place some dried fruits and vegetables in water. This slowly swells up and returns to their original form. When a raw mango is placed in concentrated salt solution, it loses water and shrivels into a pickle. Similarly, if we place wetted flowers in fresh water, they have revived. All these processes have one thing in common. There was a flow of water molecules either to or from the substance. And secondly, all the substances were bound by membranes. This phenomenon is called osmosis. When solvent molecules like water can pass through the holes of these membranes, but bigger molecules like the solute unable to pass through them. Such membranes, which are selectively permeable to only certain molecules, are known as semi-permeable membranes or SPM. These membranes can be of natural origin or synthetic origin. Vegetable membranes, which are found just under the outer skin, like in the onion. Membranes found under the shells of an egg, a pig's bladder, or parchment membrane are example of natural membranes, while cellophane is an example of synthetic membrane. Osmosis can be defined as the spontaneous flow of solvent through a semi-permeable membrane from a pure solvent to a solution or from a dilute solution to a concentrated solution. It is important to note that osmosis drives solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. Osmosis ends when the solute concentration becomes equal on either side of the membrane and equilibrium is attained. The flow of solvent molecules from low concentration to high concentration can be stopped by applying some extra pressure on the high concentration side. The minimum pressure required to do so is known as the osmotic pressure of the solution. Hence, osmotic pressure of a solution is defined as the excess pressure that must be applied to a solution to prevent flow of water from higher concentration to lower concentration. It is a colligative property, but it does not depend on the identity of the solution but on its concentration. It has been found experimentally that osmotic pressure pi is directly proportional to the molarity of the solution C at a given temperature T. Thus, pi is equal to C multiplied by R. R is the gas constant, capital R. Okay. If the solution contains N moles of solute and V as the volume, then C is equal to moles upon volume N2 by V. Okay. So pi is equal to N2 into R into T by V. Okay. If W2 gram of solute of molar concentration is present, mass M2 is present, then N is equal to W2 by M2. Okay. So pi is equal to what? W2 by M2, R into T by V. Okay. If we rearrange this equation, then M2 is equal to W2 into R into T by pi into V. This method of measurement of osmotic pressure is widely used to determine the molar mass of polymers and macromolecules, especially biomolecules, because as they are generally unstable at higher temperature and decomposes before their boiling point. This method has the advantage over other methods as osmotic pressure is measured around room temperature and the molarity of the solution is used instead of its molality. Okay. Numerical problems. 1 liter of an aqueous solution of a protein contains 10 gram of the protein. The osmotic pressure of such a solution at 300 Kelvin is found to be 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 atmosphere. Calculate the molar mass of the protein. So first we will see what is given in the question. Okay, so W2 is equal to 10 gram. It is given. Volume 1 liter. It is given. Temperature 300 Kelvin is given. Okay, and pi, osmotic pressure is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 atm. It is also given. We have to calculate the M2, molecular mass of the solute. Okay, so we will put all this value in formula, and we know R is equal to 0.082 liter atm Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Okay, so M2 is equal to W2 into R into T upon pi into V. Put all these values in this formula. So then we will get the value of M2, that is molecular mass of the solute. यहाँ पर जो M की वैल्यूज़ है वो बहुत बड़ी आती है क्योंकि ये लार्ज मॉलिक्यूल्स के लिए ज़्यादा यूज़ की जाती है दिस ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर वाली मेथड. ओके, let's consider two solutions with concentration C1 and C2 at temperature T. So pi 1 is equal to C1 RT and pi 2 is equal to C2 RT. Okay, if C1 and C2 is equal, okay, R and T is the constant, and if C1 and C2 is equal, then pi 1 and pi 2 is also equal. Okay, and such type of solutions are known as isotonic solutions, or we can say the equimolar solutions have the same osmotic pressure. Okay, equimolar solutions at the same temperature have the same osmotic pressure, and such type of solutions are known as isotonic solutions. Clear? Iso means same. And these two solutions, if are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, then there will be no flow of solvent. दोनों का osmotic pressure same है. That's why 0.9% solution of sodium chloride is used as a intravenous injections, which is known as normal saline water. Okay, because it is equimolar, isotonic with the fluid present inside the red blood cells. Okay, and if these red blood cells are kept in a solution with pure NaCl solution, which is which has more concentration than 0.9%, then this solution is known as hypertonic solution. Okay, अगर उससे ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर ज़्यादा होगा तो हाइपरटोनिक, और इसके कारण वाटर मूवमेंट बाहर होना शुरू हो जाएगा एंड द रेड ब्लड सेल क्या हो जाएगी, आपकी श्रिंक हो जाएगी. अगर अपोजिट कर देते हैं, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन रेड ब्लड सेल्स को ऐसे कॉन्सेंट्रेशन में रखते हैं जहाँ पर प्योर NaCl का जो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है वो 0.9% से कम है, तो उसको हम हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन कहेंगे. ठीक है, और ऐसी कंडीशन में जो रेड ब्लड सेल्स है वो स्वेल हो जाएंगी, फूल जाएंगी, क्योंकि वाटर का मूवमेंट इनसाइड द रेड ब्लड सेल्स होगा और हो सकता है कि वो बर्स्ट भी हो जाए. क्लियर? इसीलिए बोला जाता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा नमक वाला या हाई सॉल्ट डाइट आपको कंज्यूम नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि कई बार सेल्स में ऑस्मोसिस हो जाता है और बॉडी में पफीनेस आ जाती है, स्वेलिंग आना शुरू हो जाती है, और इस डिसीज़ को हम एडिमा कहते हैं. सी इफ प्रेशर ग्रेटर देन द ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर इज अप्लाइड on the solution, then the opposite movement of solvent molecule will take place, and this is known as reverse osmosis. Okay, and it is often used for the desalination of seawater for getting fresh drinking water. Desalination of seawater is carried out using a cellulose acetate semi-permeable membrane placed over a suitable support. This cellulose acetate membrane allows the passage of only water molecules through it and is impermeable to the salts and other impurities present in seawater, thus making it fit for drinking. Colligative properties are the properties that depend only on the number of dissolved solid particles and not on their identity or nature. And these properties are for the non-electrolytes, means those molecules which will not dissociate into ions. And we have 4 colligative properties. Okay.